Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory as always to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Yeah, I just wanted to go into this Tuskegee thing because we brought it up at camp earlier today. And, the Spirit just had me rewatch this video. I watched it a long time ago, but I rewatched it. And, I just want to give just a brief summary on this whole Tuskegee thing because it's no different. This Tuskegee thing is really no different than with this virus going on today. How they're just pushing for, as they say, the black and brown communities. We want you to take this virus first, and it's the same thing with this, with the Tuskegee, with the syphilis. They want to test it on, the southern communities back in the day. So I'm gonna just give a little brief summary. I would advise you to watch the video for yourself. It's about an hour-long video, but there's an Edomite who goes into how the Tuskegee experiment went, who was involved, the players, as you can see in the picture right there, Talifer Clark, he goes into who was a part of it. I'm just gonna give a little summary on how things went down. So when you watch the video, you at least know what's going on. But I would advise you to watch the video for yourself. So as you see the man on the picture there, Devil, Talifer Clark, he was the director of the Division of Venereal Diseases. He was the leader. He was the one that wanted to push for curing syphilis on blacks. And during that time, when they want to test syphilis on blacks, they went to six different southern communities in the south where black people live. And at that time, Jake was in real shitty areas, just straight up poor. So when they went down there, they tested the population who had syphilis, and they also put together mobile clinics to treat them and things. But eventually, they didn't have the funds to continue, as they would say, treating the black people or whatever. They didn't have the funds. They didn't have the people backing them up to do it anymore. But this director that you see right here, Talifer Clark, this devil, he didn't want to stop experimenting on our people. So eventually he went behind the people's back. He just kept going, and he basically made, like, you know, how can I put it? He just didn't want to stop experimenting, so he just went back down to the south, and he sent two of his best men to basically lie to our people, to the southern community, and tell them that, look, the same experiments that we was doing on y'all before, trying to cure syphilis, it's that same thing. But this time, the second time, the first time they had the backing and they had the funds by the people that were supporting them, but the second time around they didn't have the funds anymore, because I believe at that time the stock market had crashed and then the money wasn't flowing anymore. So they didn't have the funds and the people backed off. They just said, we're not doing this experiment no more. But he didn't want to stop experimenting on the people. So he sent two of his best men, and like when you watch the video, you'll see he sent two of his best men to go and lie to the black communities and tell them, look, we're going to continue trying to cure you guys of syphilis. And it wasn't just, when you go into the video, he explains that it wasn't just white people doing this. And it's the same thing that's going to be like today. It wasn't just white people also trying to push for trying to so-called cure uh, black people of syphilis. It was also black and our own people. I mean, it was white and black people working together. And you're going to see it. One of them is Eunice Rivers. She was the nurse. She was in charge of, like, because Eve, she was in charge of being nice to the men, our Israelite men, being nice to them and basically bringing them in to get, experimented on. And then you had a doctor, his name was Eugene H. Dibble, I think it is. And they all knew that the experiment was bullshit and nobody was going to get cured and these men were going to die. So you had even your own people back then who knew that this experiment was bullshit and it was all just to kill their own people and still partook in it. And it's going to be the same thing today with this virus. These people, these elites are going to use your own people to deceive you and taking a vaccine, and which is going to lead to that mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip or whatever they might call it today. They may have a new name trying to deceive the people again. But it's just all the same thing. It's just the same story over and over. Esau keeps coming up with some bullshit to destroy us, and even our own people is used to deceive you. So, like I said, I would advise you to watch it. It's a good hour-long thing. It's lengthy, but he really gets into detail about how everything goes down. I would advise you to watch it. And I just want to give you a brief little summary on what it was about so you at least know going in. I pray that this is edifying. I pray that this video also edifies you. Giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom.